Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to this presentation. I'm Muna Azam, and today, inshallah, we're going to be talking about function and collocations of a or what in Egyptian TV drama, and this is a corpus-based study. Thank you very much in advance for taking the time to watch my presentation. So, inshallah, today we're going to start to talk briefly about literature, then the methodology and the results of this research. Because I have a lot to cover at any point, if you feel like I'm going so fast or you're not really grasping what I'm talking about at the moment, you can just pause and then rewind and pause the video or rewind it, or just take some notes and ask me again in the live Q&A. Okay, so Arabic dictionaries provide us little information on the use and meaning of words. Corpora, on the other hand, can give me more information on the the words and the expressions. For example, you can get more on the use and meaning of words as part of a pattern. You can get more on the collocations, more on grammatical patterns, semantic preference, or prosody, whether this specific word or expression prefers a group of negative or positive words or a particular group of words. This can actually help students be more appropriate with the language, help them with the pragmatic appropriacy. So corpus analysis can really provide you information and actual information, non-intuitive information, on the pragmatic functions of word. So this helps to have more accurate dictionaries and more appropriate usage of these by language learners. Pragmatics is really interested in what the speaker is saying and deciding its meaning based on the context. Pragmatic functions discusses the relation between a certain expression and its use in a specific context. So, therefore, analyzing this collocation of behavior of a specific expression can really help me in identifying these different pragmatic functions, and that's what we see. We can really separate the word that we're looking for from the context that's going to be meaningless. There's no point of it, I mean. So here's studies of pragmatic functions. The first one is why don't you? For example, someone looked into why don't you, having these different meanings based on the collocation it's associated with. So it can either mean a suggestion or have the function of a question, and this is very much depending on the collocates that it's coming with. Moses and Farah 2008 study is very important because I'll tell you what I've used from that study. A corpus-based study to identify the pragmatic functions of interrogative sentences in English. They have a corpus consisting of dialogues and three plays. They found out that there's 35 pragmatic functions of these interrogative sentences. Some of them is seeking and requesting information, expressing surprise, disbelief, seeking clarification, etc. Now, I've looked at their list and I used it as a reference when I'm doing my analysis. So I've used it, and then most of the functions that we will discuss are actually going to be among that list, and there are around two new functions that have been added to the list. Some interrogative sentences fit into one category and its opposite category. That's why it's really difficult to categorize, because it can be both and it can fit in more in one category, and that's also going to be very relevant. Um, so I'm looking really into the functions of a or what in Egyptian TV drama language, and I'm looking at the most common collocates that are associated with these functions. So the corpus consists of written scripts of 14 episodes of two Egyptian TV soap operas. One is Sabagar, which I took 4 episodes of the first season. This broadcast is in 2017, and also 10 episodes of Awal Arusa, or The Bride's Father. The rationale behind choosing these soap operas is really that they are social and family serious, so maybe they're more representative of real life speech, real life conversation, than other types of movies and soap operas. The analysis tool is really wordsmith tools. So this is how it looks on Wordsmith tool when, this is how the concordance lines looks in the program. And this is some stats that of the corpus. So A is occurred third, as we see, it's a third frequent word in the corpus, and it represents 1.89%. The whole corpus is 39,854 tokens, and A occurred 755 times. The most frequent collocates that come with it is اللي يعني بقول لك أعمل, and so many others as you can see from that list. Here are the functions. So as I said, most of these black ones are actually found in Musa's and Farah's study. So I used it as a reference. But the green ones are ones that are new, like I found out that are particular to A or to the current study. So we have 20 functions. There are positive ones: seeking, requesting information, clarification, confirmation, asserting or confirming something, suggesting, seeking advice, initiating or maintaining a conversation, drawing the hearer's attention, reaching a conclusion — that was new — responding to gratitude and apology — that also was new — expressing satisfaction or admiration. And on the negative side, as we can see, like you have a positive thing and a negative thing. A can have both functions, expressing satisfaction and also expressing dissatisfaction at the same time, expressing irritation, disapproval, negating, rejecting an offer, demeaning, blaming, expressing sarcasm or irony, or expressing surprise. So really, all of these functions you can we're going to talk about. So starting by seeking and requesting information, this is really one of the very kind of the integrative nature of A, I guess. So using a noun like اسمك A or a beta A or a verb or a modal or just عاوز بيقول لك تقرا A and so on. You really seeking information. So you're going to have the noun or the verb plus A, or the most common collocates that come with it is عايز or عاوز, عمل, بيعمل, or عامل. Number 2 is that you're seeking clarification. So one of the very common collocates is أمال إيه or إيه اللي حصل. These are things that are very frequent. Same also as في إيه. Okay. Notice also that you only have حصل إيه, but you can have حصل and pronoun and إيه. Right? Then تقصد إيه or even أمال and تقصد إيه together. So you're really seeking clarification in this case. In في إيه, فيك إيه. Okay, or just using A by itself, A ده, A, just A by itself with a certain intonation. Unfortunately, I have not really covered the intonation part because it's not a spoken corpus right now. So A is just by itself can also see clarification. So these are the most common things, and mostly it's used in negative context or cases of dispute or complaining, and sometimes it's in neutral context. Now, sometimes A is coming with a repeated phrase to seek clarification. So we have بس برضو مش فاهم ايه اللي انت مش فاهمه يا بابا. So or حط لي شرط الرجوع شرط ايه. So you're repeating that word or phrase and then you're saying A to seek clarification on the particular part. Seeking confirmation, and a common expression here is ولا ايه. Okay, so you have ولا ايه. هو انت مش ضامن صاحبك في الشغل ولا ايه. So are you sure of him or not? Asserting or confirming. Common here is أمال إيه. Okay, so you really okay. So you're not really asking a question in here, but you're really asserting something. Suggesting, and this is common with رأي. إيه رأيك? إيه رأيكم? Seeking advice. So طب نعمل إيه؟ طب هنعمل إيه؟ أعمل إيه؟ All of these are actually you seeking advice. Initiating or maintaining conversation. Again, this is pretty familiar. Is عامل إيه الأخبار, just a greeting. What was really interesting is that when you initiate a phone conversation, and for example, Malak, that guy was talking to his sister Marina, and then when she picked up the phone, he said إيه Marina. So instead of saying hello or one of the regular ways of initiating the conversation, he initiated it by إيه Marina. Drawing the hearer's attention, and here you actually draw the hearer's attention to do something, to request, to request for information, to suggest something, to order, to give a warning. And the most common in this case is بقول لك إيه. Um, بقول لك إيه هو للجداد بس صح؟ So you're asking if this meeting is for the new people, the new employees or not. بقول لك إيه ما تشوفي في مطبعة أكرم. So you're suggesting that she looks at that particular place. بقول لك إيه ميزو تعالى. This is a form of order. Come. Okay. Still, we're drawing the hair attention. You might use a by itself or yeah and the name of the person or the addressee. يا لولا لقيتي حاجة؟ يا أكرم أنت واكل سد الحنك ولا إيه؟ etc. Another interesting way of drawing the hair attention using a is actually that pose and then ask a question that doesn't really intend to be a question. فمثلا this was giving kind of a lecture to mosque, this woman, and she says like ويبقى انت كده عملتي ايه؟ نهيتي عن المنكر وأمرتي بالمعروف. وده بقى يبقى she's kind of posing and then asking that form of a question like and then responding to her own question. Same for a doctor is writing a prescription, so he's saying أهم حاجة إيه؟ يغير جو. Okay, so that's he's posing, asking the question, and then responding to his own question just to draw the hearer's attention to that particular point. So briefly, we have بقولك A, that's a big one here. A, yeah, and the addressee, or embedded while talking to capture the hearer's attention. Reaching or attempting to reach a conclusion. This is mostly collocated with طب. So you say, for example, طب إيه؟ أبتدي أنظف ولا استناكوا? So I want to get a result. I want to get a conclusion. Tell me what you need to do. طب الوضع هيبقى إيه? And so on. And you might ask, is this طب function or this is a? This is actually both. As I said earlier, I cannot really separate a and just look at it by itself. I'm looking at both, and in this case, طب and a both give the meaning of reaching a conclusion. Responding to gratitude and apology. This is actually also a new function that is added to the list. This was not in Pharaoh's and Moses' list. العفو على إيه؟ متشكرة على إيه؟ or even بتتأسفي على إيه? So responding to gratitude and apology. Expressing satisfaction or admiration. بس إيه? This is, I did not find a lot of occurrences of it, but I found it very interesting that you have بس إيه, for example, a concert was for Arab music الموسيقى العربية بس إيه غنوا شوية أغاني. So this is actually expressing satisfaction and admiration. مش عارفة أقول لك إيه. I'm not really sure. or إيه الأكل العسليات ده يبقى إذن A and these positive things that were said, then this is for expressing satisfaction or admiration. On the other hand, you can also express irritation and exasperation if you have A with a negative word. ولا A is actually also used in this context. طارق هو مش في عزا في العمارة ولا إيه؟ So in the context, if you watch that part of the episode, she was mad at him, and he was, I guess, being inappropriate. So إيه اللي فيه إيه, right? So this is also a repeated phrase in here. في إيه بالراحة, إيه اللي فيه إيه. okay, انت إيه ما بتزهقيش, right? إيه العيال دي, إيه الجحود ده, إيه القرف ده, or just إيه ده, and then in a really high intonation in that case. Okay, هتفضحونا في مكان زي ده, إيه ده. So really, mostly it has negative words in that case. This is also a very common expression in this case, is هو إيه اللي. So she was showing irritation of him taking some people, some relatives are taking her invitation to this particular party that she's going to. So she's like هند وزفت رايحين واخدين الدعوة بتاعتي. لا يا شيخة, هو إيه اللي لا يا شيخة. إذن if you put هو إيه اللي and then whatever the repeated phrase is or the thing that you were talking about, then also this shows irritation. هو إيه اللي أنا بخرج كل شوية. هو إيه اللي حد هيعرف، هو إيه اللي قررت إيه. So mostly there's something that they're talking about, and then you're just showing irritation by using this phrase. Um, okay, so this is what we talked about in brief. Expressing disappointment and complaint and dissatisfaction. Again, just A by itself, or إيه الكلام ده, or إيه الجنان ده. Now you have really kind of again words like these. مش عارف أعمل إيه doesn't really go with a particular collocation in here. بتاع is very interesting. Again, I didn't find many instances of it. بس مثلا هي هتلاقيها مع مرزوق. He was asking about the password. You'll find the password was مرزوق, a little kid. So he was like, مرزوق يعملها بتاع إيه? Why مرزوق is gonna do that? So بتاع إيه in this case is showing this type of function. Disapproval. This is very interesting because you actually اطلع مع الأستاذ عشان يرتاح فوق شوية. And he does not want to do that. So he's saying أستاذ إيه يا ماما. He's repeating the word and then saying إيه. Same for هبة. أنا عايزة أتفرج على الماتش. هبة هي يا ماما تطلع معايا. هبة إيه؟ أنا مش هعمل حاجة. So you actually, this is very common, is that you actually have the repeated word and then you're saying إيه. wear that color. عبايتي الزيتي والطرحة اللايقة عليها. زيتي إيه وزفت إيه. I'm not gonna do that. لا 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 رسالة إيه. لا كده اتأخروا قوي. اتأخروا إيه بس. زومبا إيه بس. بأمارة إيه. أمال أنا أقول إيه. But mostly you will find that there is a repeated word and then A. Okay. And then we have بأمارة and أمال أنا أقول إيه. Negating. Okay. So someone was telling him forget about it and he was like لا انسى ايه. تعبينكم معانا من الصبح. لا لا تعب ايه. يبقى again the word and repeated and then ايه. انا مش عايزك تزعل مني. يا حبيبي ازعل منك ايه. And so on. Rejecting an offer. So she was offering her some fatta and she was like to take the fatta, the leftovers, and she was like لا 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 أخدهم إيه. لا 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 قهوة إيه. Again, you're offering something and then the person is not taking it. Demeaning, and this is mostly associated with words that are negative or insults actually. إيه الزبالة اللي أنت جايبها لي دي. إيه يا زفتة اللي بتعملي ده. Very tough words. Blaming. أعمل لكم إيه. إيه اللي أنتِ سايباني إيه يا ليلى أنتِ سايباني محتاسة. This actually in that corpus was not really associated with anything in particular. Expressing sarcasm or irony. And we have some instances. Again, this very much depends on the context, but the context here was sarcasm and irony is الزفة اللي احنا فيها دي. Expressing surprise is like إيه ده؟ إيه ده يا ماما صحيح؟ Or just إيه ده؟ إيه اللي بتقوله ده؟ etc. That's it. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my presentation. If you have any questions, make sure to attend the live Q&A and just ask me your questions. I'll be happy to hear them, or any comments or any kind of feedback that you want to give. If not, you can reach me at any of these. Thank you very much for watching the presentation. I'll see you inshallah at the live Q&A. مع السلامة. Bye bye.